Good morning, traders, and God bless. I'm Ricky Gaspard, and each and every morning we'll be watching this column for volume spikes in the green. Once we see them start spiking, we come over to the current bar volume and make sure we have enough volume to get in and get out safely. And what I mean by that is this number is really moving. There's no certain number, it's just that it has good flow. Once we confirm that, we make sure that these two moving averages have crossed over. This is the 5 and the 13 EMA. And if they're spiking, they have usually crossed over already. We watch for these white arrows to pop in. They are volume spike arrows telling us there's more buyers coming in to raise the price. I'll be marking support and resistance levels. Let's just say this part of the price didn't exist, and this is the candle we're currently looking at. I would mark the resistance level here, and once it pulls back, I will mark support. We try to plan our entries down here on support to get the best run up. We wait for this delay here for this first pullback because sometimes we have a lot of spam stocks and we don't want to get caught in them, and all of a sudden they just sell off on us. So playing support and resistance levels and pullbacks has been my money maker for many years, and that's what I'm here to teach. Also, we watch these dominator bars. These are volume bars. The green ones are the buyers. If there's red in a bar, there's some sellers within that candle. So we want to make sure that we have tall green dominator bars before we pull the trigger on this support level. This is the My Blessing indicator. We like to see both of these lines above yellow. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes we can catch it in a little bit lower down here. The white line is the trend of the stock. It's either trending up or down. These are the buyers and the sellers. You can see the sellers came in from here and brought it back up as they were starting to come into this stock. Never trade off of my screen. My screen is sometimes delayed. Delays can cost you money. I am also not a professional financial advisor. Do not take my words to heart. Make sure that you reach out to a professional financial advisor before you decide to make any trades on any of my recommendations. Mine are just suggestions. I teach pullbacks and indicators. I don't teach professional trading to anyone. So make sure you reach out to the proper authorities. You could lose some or all of your money in the stock market. We have about 4 minutes to go, 3.5. Make sure your TIF and your active trader is set to EXT for pre-market trading. As we wait to see what happens this morning, I've been noticing GME moving a little bit. And this ACIU stock seems to be holding its channel at a price level of around 350, 360. We'll see where that one heads as well. And I hope you all had a nice weekend. I was kind of fearing this migration thing, but it looks like it went pretty smooth. Don't see anything different as of yet, but we'll give it a whirl. See where it ends up. Thank you for joining me this morning as we wait a few more minutes. Andros, I love it. It's a lot more powerful than that laptop. I guess they just had me believing that that laptop could do the duties I needed it to do, but it couldn't. Chad, yes, I migrated this weekend as well. Max, on the real-time data, I had to log into schwab.com and look for the option to select streaming, is what it's called over there. You have to turn it on. Then I restarted ThinkorSwim and it had real-time data. So look for streaming over on schwab.com. All right, let's see what happens. We are ticking. I don't know what's moving yet, though. GME pulling back a little. Not seeing any numbers moving up here. GME selling off a little bit. I'll go ahead and mark resistance up here. The support is already marked. Maybe we'll get a bounce off of that 21.15. Long tail on the bottom of this red candle means the buyers are buying up what they're selling. It's not a guarantee that it's going to continue up and break through that 2180 level. The stock has moved quite a bit this morning already, so you need to really watch what you do here. It may not have much more to it until market open. Let's see if we can break through that 2180. INTC, of course, that's Intel, making a move this morning. Let's see what we got going. Not seeing a whole lot of volume. I'm watching right here. Do have a short green dominator bar. GME trying to break that 2180. This candle needs to close above 2180 for it to be official. Yes, it did. Now a retest of 2180 would be nice. That means it's going to pull back down to 2180, bounce up, bounce off the top of it to continue rising. Of course, depending on the buyers, that may not happen. They may keep driving it up a little more. We do have some green dominator bars here of the buyers coming in. We do have good positioning on these My Blessing lines. It could continue to creep up even more. Retesting 2180. Let's see if we can stay above it. Spread is 13 cents to 15 cents. Be careful on the spread. Could cost you $100 or so if you're buying 1,000 shares. Still above 2180. The volume is dying off. Barely moving up here. We need this number to really be flying. Let us know that there's a lot of buyers and sellers on board. More buyers coming on board for GME, pushing it up a little higher. Continuing to rise, GME. Good job, B. I tried to buy it. It said I don't have funds available. I see funds, but I don't know why they're not available. That's why I went silent, trying to figure out what's going on here. If I got money, why can't I trade? It's like we may pull back a little here. Some profit takers. The buyers bought it right back up. May push it up a little higher for new highs. Let me look at a different chart and see where we stand overall with this stock. Appears we are at new highs. So out into the blue, no prior levels set. Still rising. Good morning, happy trader. Wished it would have let me buy it. I clicked the button down there around 22.50. It wouldn't let me in at all, Robert. It says no funds available. I can see an account balance, but it wouldn't let me buy. I have nozzle. Thank you, SC Jim. Oh, I'll check it in a few. I'm watching my money disappear. Or not disappear. Watch my profits not happen. Nice rise. Maybe getting a little weak up here. If you haven't taken some profits off the table, you should do so. You can always leave a little there to let it run up. Lock in what you can just in case somebody's holding a large amount of shares and it drops drastically. Was a nice easy run up. I wish my trade would have executed. Pushing it up a little higher. Looks like a pretty strong rise. They're not really selling off on GME. Looks like we're going to continue to push up according to the My Blessing indicator. But you never know. I know people are in profits. Sooner or later, they're going to start selling. Maybe this is it right here. Let's see what happens. I'll go ahead and mark out a resistance level up there. Don't know if I would chance a long wick on the bottom of this red candle at this range. All right, let's see if we get a turnaround here on a pullback. Kind of doubtful. I'm looking at this indicator now pointing south. They find a zone up here to start channeling in between these two numbers, 2380 and 2470. Could be a possibility for it to retest 2470. If you haven't done so yet, hit the like button on YouTube for me. Let's keep the ratings up there. The higher I keep the ratings, the more people we draw to the YouTube channel, the higher the chance of the price going up if they decide to buy. So how about giving me some likes this morning? Pay it forward. Thank you very much. So be careful trading off of my charts. I don't know if my migration went correctly. Can someone compare? Am I at the right price range? Do I really have real-time data? I was unable to get a trade in on GME. So I don't know what's running correctly, what is not running correctly. I've done everything I was told. Click the disclaimers, activate the live streaming. Long as I have a chart that has real-time data on it, we will continue. I don't care about the trading part. Let them get the bugs out. GME seems to have found a zone to channel in. It's going to be probably bouncing between these two support and resistance levels. So there could be an opportunity to catch that 2380 and ride it up to 2470. It's a risk play, but it's worth the try sometimes. Going down to retest that 2380. Watching the my blessing indicator to see if it comes back up to run the price back up. Watching these dominator bars, they need to be taller and green. I'm continuing to watch the volume spike numbers to see if anything's moving. Maybe move on to the next stock if we get one. If it's your first time here, this YouTube live stream will end this morning at 6:55. I stream for 1 hour free on YouTube. If you want it to continue, you have to go over to our Discord, upgrade, and I will continue to do this until 9:30 Central Standard Time. And if the market's good, I'll hang in there a little longer than that 9:30. There's that move back up to 2470 from 2380. Looks like the buyers may push it a little higher now. So that move did happen between 2380 and 2470, and now it's going higher. Sellers are sitting up there around 2550, driving the price back down. They're probably profit takers since this stock hasn't sold off. May come back down to retest 2470. Retesting 2470, actually broke down a little bit below it, back above it. Looks like they're following my commands this morning. That's a good thing. Either that or my brain's working correctly. Got to be able to read these candles, read these levels. Watch for buyers and sellers and wicks. You should be good to go. A few more people selling. It may stay down below this 2470. Profit takers taking their profits now. So if we can hold above 2380, there is a possibility we may run back up to that 2470. But we must stay up there above 2380. Do have a green candle above 2380. We did stay above 2380. That's a good sign. Now we need this my blessing indicator to turn back around. Happy traders, sometimes if it's moving well, like I kind of knew we were going to bounce up. I wasn't absolutely sure, to be honest with you, but I anticipated it was going to be moving up. So your entry would be down in here. Nothing in the market is guaranteed. You have to get in small. That's how I like to do it. If I'm right, I will add the rest of the shares. But down here at the support level, after the pullback, is the best place to enter. Even if you did it here, you may only be up a little bit, but at least it did not continue to drop on you. And if you got in with small share size and it doesn't go any further than this, then hardly any damage is done to your account if you get out at break even or just below it. So once it reaches down here, I like to see the green dominator bars coming in. but they got shorter here, so this was not an entry. But back here, you can see that the green bars came in, then they got taller and taller. So with no red in these 4 bars, I was pretty confident it was going to go up, back up to that 2470 range. You can see we set a previous level over here. That's what made me decide that it's probably going to stay above the 2380. So we tested it several times back here. We're still testing it again. I've seen that movie Bowling Ball. So currently I would not get in at this level because we don't have the right bars. We don't have the buying volume coming in like we did previously. The numbers have slowed way down. This is the current candle volume right here. INKT, don't see it on my scans. One of those thick-bodied candles. Hard to call these out. Usually when they run up, they just run down. I'll go ahead and mark the resistance level there. There is a possibility that it could go up higher. We are already 3 candles into it. Remember that. Will we get a 4th green one? We do have buyers on board, but we have some sellers as well. More sellers than buyers in this bar. Take a look back at this stock and see what it's been doing. It's been trading very little. So nothing to base the next level on. Currently pulling back. Let's see if that is a support level. I'll go ahead and mark it. If we stay above it, it may run up from $1.21 to $1.35. Let's see if it goes back up to retest that $1.35. It's not looking promising here, but it still could. It did run back up to that $1.35. Not quite there, but about a penny away. You would have had to be very quick on the mouse to catch that move up there. May go back up there to retest that $1.35. I have no confidence in these wide body candle stocks that haven't been trading previously or haven't been moving very much, and then all of a sudden one morning they're up here doing this kind of move. Very hard to predict. That's crazy, Amadeus. I don't know why mine are wide. I'm zoomed out all the way. RPHM. All right, this one looks like it just took off. There probably has more to it. Let's see if we can break a new high. There's the new high. So that was a jump from 220 to 240. May get another new high here. Looks like the buyers are coming in pretty strong. It did move up a little for a new high. Looking really good on the dominator and the my blessing indicator. We may get a new high here. There's the new high. I'd be careful of a pullback. If you bought into this chasing green candles, take some profit off the table. Trade wisely. Getting pretty volatile now. Good job, Yandros. Let's see if this is a pullback on this stock. I'll go ahead and mark resistance. This candle closes red. I will mark support. Watch for a long wick on the bottom of this candle. That'll be the buyers driving it back up. Buyers are trying to keep it up. Sellers are pretty strong. That candle did close. I will mark support. Let's see if we can go upwards above this line. I'm watching for green dominator bars to come in. I'm hoping this turns around. We did get the bounce back up slightly. See if we can get the buyers to come back in and drive it back up past $22.70. Volume is not extremely high. The last candle was 106,000. This one probably just exceeded it. Not coming up off that 250 level. Big red dominator bar. Looks like they're all bailing on this one. Looks like the volume died way back on GME. PLUG, not enough volume. It's only moving pennies. It looks real nice on the chart. But those two green bars are about 5 or 6 cents. Not a lot of money there. Well, a couple of bouncers this morning. I could have made a few dollars, but was unable to click the button and get a buy. AMC looking fairly good, only paying pennies between the numbers. I don't trade this stock because of the corruption they had in the past. I try to play my game fairly. They should too. AP, I trade every morning for an hour on YouTube, but I trade for 3.5 hours over on Discord. Let me get the Discord link. I'll post it in there. I forgot to do that this morning because of all the merging and migrating. This is the Discord link. I'll move it up there to the top. It'll present to you in a green and a red and blue. I mean, God, get my colors right. Yellow and blue banner at the top. Join our Discord upgrade. Become a premium member. You get all kinds of scans and indicators and the full 3.5 hours of trading, sometimes longer. AP, that would depend on your budget, what you can afford to risk. That's something I have no information on, what you can afford to trade with. I always say if you can afford to lose it, then that's how much you have to trade with. Chad, there is a glitch. Thank you for that information. I'm probably not going to trade today since that happened to me. I'll let them get the bugs out of it. So today's when everything will go up because I ain't on the trade. No, they should leave it on funds settling instantly. That's what we all want, right? I gave it to you without hesitation. Give it back. I mean, I've had them tell me, well, we need to verify the trade. Well, did you give me a bad trade? Did you give me a bad stock to trade? That's not the reason. You gave me something to buy. I bought it. I profited. Give it back. AMC trying to go back up a little bit. I haven't marked out this stock, probably because I don't trade it. But I should have marked it out for you guys that do. If you want to play for a nickel, that's what's between these two lines. All right, YouTubers, time is running out here. If you haven't joined our Discord, the link is up at the top of the chat box, the blue with the yellow stripe in the middle. Click that. Come on over for free. Talk to other investors, see if we're doing any good for them. I'll let them tell you the profitable days, the non-profitable days. We have some good ones, we have some bad ones, but we have more good ones than bad ones. Come and join us over on Discord. Upgrade if you want the full 3.5 hour session, sometimes longer. You also get access to all the scans, all the indicators. Appreciate everyone who joined us this morning on YouTube. We'll be back tomorrow. As always, God bless. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.